So yesterday was, of course, as I told you all, the first day of National Minority Mental Health Month. And it was also the first day of my coaching session. And during our time together, she asked me, what is it that I hope to gain from coaching sessions? What is it that I want? What is it that I desire? What is it that I need? And without hesitation, the very first thing that came up was accountability. And as I continue to think about that word, one of the ways that showed up was God gave me the resources and tools that I needed when I was well, and I need to recall and remember those for now. But I also needed some things in place and someone who was going to help me to remember and recall those things. Now, when I said I wanted accountability, that did not mean that I wanted it right then and there. So fast forward to last night, and I'm outside talking to one of my friends, and we're standing in the street, but because it's dark, the street light is casting a shadow. And so I'm looking at my silhouette on the ground, and I notice that the muscle is starting to come back in my legs. Now, you all don't know this. However, there was a period of time when I had become so stressed and so worked up that I was starting to lose muscle, and you could visibly see it in my legs. And so it stood out to me when I began to see the definition in my calves again, meaning that the muscle was coming back. So anyways, I'm all excited because I went on my little live yesterday, and I actually walked almost 4 miles yesterday. It wasn't on purpose, but it was fine. And I walked it without any problems. So I'm beaming with joy. Guess what? I walked almost 7 miles between yesterday and today. I walked, I think it was 2.87 the day before, and it was 3.47 this day. And I'm like, yes. Or what? Listen, the numbers might be off. Don't quote me, whatever. Either way, it was almost 7 miles. I was very, very excited. And then here they come. Well, how many miles did you did you run? Excuse me? What do you mean, how many miles did I run? This is not about running right now. This is about the fact that I walked almost 4 miles yesterday. And the response was, yeah, but at one point you were running, so I just wanted to know how many miles you ran. Let me tell you what you can do with you and your accountability, okay? But they were right. Because remember, I told you all that there was a period that I was so stressed and so worked up and so worked out that because I was starting to lose muscle, I was not at a place where I could run. And so here I am being excited and gloating about the fact that I was able to walk all of these miles and be okay. And they're just like, but remember, you were further than this. So don't get lost and don't settle for the less where you are now. And I'm like, now granted, that's not what they said, but that's the lesson that I got. And so what am I saying? It is important to have people around you that journey with you, because they can easily remind you of progresses you have made. They can help you identify when you are about to step back into old habits and practices, and they are able to show you some things that you might have developed blind spots to. So yes, accountability sucks sometimes when it's not positive, but although I didn't want to hear it and didn't even know that I needed to hear it, I appreciate my friend because of their bluntness and their boldness in saying, how many miles did you run? It reminds me that yes, I am building, but I still have a ways to go. So celebrate the fact that you are getting back to where you used to be, but don't celebrate so much that you get lost in the where you are now and that you forget to continue to push forward because you are capable of so much more because you've already accomplished so much more. So that's just my little tidbit for today on this second day of July of National Minority Mental Health Month. And that's just my little tidbit for you. So have a super fantastic day. Bye.